Hello everyone, welcome to my library. I don't film up here very often and I do not know why. Oh, it's because I have to climb stairs. Anyways, I know I promised you guys to tour of the library with, what books I have and everything, but I don't like how I set it up, so when I finally get this the way I like it, we'll do a tour. Um, Today's video is my top five-star reads of 2026 so far. I thought for sure I would have so many that I'd have to pick and choose. No, I only have five-star reads so far. Apparently, I am definitely a 4. I give 4s a lot. 4.2, 4.5, 4.75. I'm like really stingy with my 5 stars. Anyways, I wanted to share the books that are definitely 5 stars for me, and maybe you will want to read these books too if you haven't already. So, my first 5-star of 2026 was the third book in the Discovery of Witches. I don't want to call it a trilogy. It originally was going to be a trilogy, but she has been writing more for this series. There's 5 books right now, and apparently she's working on another. But this was my January 5-star of 2026. The Discovery of Witches is, the whole thing has been 5 stars. I've read 4 of the books and they've all been 5 stars for me. So, if you like witches and vampires and, crap, what do they call the other ones? I don't remember. It's been a while. There's other, they're not goblins. What are they? Oh, demons. And then like there's a love story, and then there's found family. It's so good. And the TV show stuck with it pretty well, but you learn so much more in the books, and they're so good. I listened to the audiobooks and enjoyed every second of it. So if you can get it on audio, that's the way to go. Anyways, my first 5-star, and this is by Deborah Harkinson. Okay, I'll tell you, do the little blurbs on the back. An extraordinary, rich story of magic and science, history and fiction, passion and power, secrets and truths, not to be missed. And then that was USA Today. And then Juicy and Action Packed, that was People magazine. Pure escapist summer fun, that's Jodi Picoult. I don't know how to say her last name, but she's very popular. Picoult, that's her last name. I haven't read any of her books, but I know she's very popular. And yes, these are super thick books, but they're so good that it's like it flies by. It just grips you and you just want to know everything. And I was buddy reading these, and we were both like, gotta go and start the next book immediately. So yeah, it was a good time. We have paused on the 4th book because I needed a break from the genre. So it's my fault we haven't gotten to the last book, but we will. So the second book, okay, that was a TV adaptation. It didn't finish, like it finished the first 3 books kind of, but it didn't go into what was the other book. So I feel like it's an incomplete adaptation. this next one was also an adaptation this year, and it was a movie, and I think the movie was great, but the book was better. Some people think the movie was better. I guess I listened to the audiobook, and I think that's what made a huge difference. My best friend, she read it like physical, and it wasn't the same for her because she couldn't, like, it's really hard to get the audiobook unless you're with Audible. It's hard to find, but the freaking audiobook was so good. Anyways, the book I am talking about, my number 2 5-star, was Hail Mary from Andy Weir. So good. It is a sci-fi, and y'all, I don't read sci-fis. I do not read sci-fis. I get bored and lost so easily. But I love sci-fi movies and TV shows, and somehow this became a 5-star for me. I'm like, that says a lot because I usually never complete a sci-fi book. So, again, it helped that I did the audiobook. This is a lone astronaut, an impossible mission, an ally he never imagined. I don't want to read the whole thing because I think a lot of people know this book or know about it or seen the movie. So it's basically one scientist on a spaceship up in space, obvi, and he lost his memory from the deep sleep they put him in, and he ends up meeting a little special friend out there, and together they're doing everything they can to not just save Earth and other planets. They're also trying to survive and get back home, to their homes. Anyways, I don't want to say too much just in case you haven't seen it or read it. It's so good. Give it a try. Again, a sci-fi book I completed and gave 5 stars. So I say this is like huge. Let's see if okay, soon to be, oh yeah, it was made into a movie. An epic story of redemption, discovery, and cool speculative sci-fi. It really was so freaking good. And the movie was really good. I just feel we've got more information in the book. That's just how it is when they make movies. They can't put all of it into the movie that's going to be like 2 hours long. So, but it was fun to know all the things while watching the movie. Okay, my next one I don't physically own. I am waiting for all 3 books to come out, and then I want to buy them all together so they have matching covers. The next book was my number 3 5-star read is Brimstone. Absolutely loved Quicksilver. I read that at the end of last year. I waited and waited on that one. I don't know why it took me so long to go to it. I don't like reading books that aren't finished series, but I didn't want to get any spoilers, and it was getting real hard to dodge the spoilers online. So I read it, devoured it, and I listened to the audiobook. I'm just an audiobook girl, especially with like fantasy and apparently sci-fi. The narrator for the main dude, was so scrumptious, yummy. I just was like, yes, please. So yeah, that helped. But no, really, the whole story is so good. Let me see if I can like give you snippets of information because I don't want to spoil it. This is the second book of the Quicksilver trilogy. Do they have any? Okay, this is from the publisher. It says duty, blood, honor, power, duty, blood. Sounds like I'm saying duty, like as in poo. Blood, honor, power, blah, blah, blah. Okay, open. Thank you. I don't want to read the whole thing. Yeah, this is giving too much. I hate when they do that. That's why I don't read the back of books very often. I just want the gist. I should tell you more about, let me tell you about Quicksilver instead so I don't like give anything away. A girl with strange powers is transported to a land of ice and snow, where she must navigate a centuries-long conflict between the Fae and humans, all while trying to survive and make it back home. That's the gist. But there's so much more. Anyways, yeah, I devoured that, devoured Brimstone, and I can't wait for the third book, and that doesn't come out until September of 2027. Seriously? Why did I do that to myself? I can't wait for it. I can't wait. The next, I have my cheat sheet here. The next one was a cute, cozy, fun, a little, there's some depth to it as well, and growing and found family. The fourth book on my five-star reads is How to Lose a Goblin in 10 Days. OMG, so cute. I was just like, oh, I just want a quick read, so I just grabbed it, and I loved it. I loved how the goblin, and I want to say she's not a troll. What is she? I don't remember. Maybe she was a troll. I can't remember. So it is about a halfling and a goblin inherit the same cottage and bet on who'll leave first, but fall in love as they unite their communities against a common threat. Now, the goblins and the halflings have been enemies in the past. Things haven't happened between them in years, but they still have that don't go near the goblins and stay away from the halflings, that kind of a thing. So when these two end up having to live together because they're both too stubborn to just allow one or the other have the place, they find themselves not understanding why there's so much strife between the two communities, and there's a lot of laughter. There's also some tears. It was a big surprise to me. Like, I was not expecting this to be a 5-star read, but it touched my heart. It made me laugh. I was rooting for these two, and I just loved every second of it. And then there's other little characters that are adorable. So if you want a cozy read that will give you all the feels, definitely pick up How to Lose a Goblin in 10 Days. And this is by Jesse Silva. I should have put the book up there. I had to, I wanted the audio of it, so I had to get it from my library, but it is on Kindle Unlimited if you just want to read it. Okay, next. Okay, our last one. Y'all, if you've been following me on my book journey, you've already heard me go on and on and on about this one. So don't be surprised, but my last 5-star read of the year was The Wolf King. Yes, yes. Mwah, mwah. Love you. Look how beautiful this book is, right? I wish it had images of them in there, but they don't. So this is when a war erupts between humans and werewolves A princess finds herself. Geez, Amy, see, I can read better without my glasses. That's the problem. All right. When war erupts between humans and werewolves, a princess finds herself torn between duty and desire. On the eve of her wedding, Princess Aurora catches the eye of a powerful alpha, Column. Believing she's the key to ending a brutal war, Column kidnaps Aurora, whisking her away to the rugged lands north of the border. Why was that so hard to say? There, a forbidden attraction starts to grow. Just as Aurora learns not all wolves are bad, Column discovers that she is in danger from those closest to him. With monsters on both sides, a bloodthirsty war between humans and wolves raging, and undeniable passion growing between them, will their story end in love or tragedy? Dun, dun, dun. And then on the back, it's, I want to mark you as mine, and I can think of countless ways I would do it. Countless ill-advised, highly pleasurable ways I would do it. Yes, Column. Yes, please. I don't know if you can see that because lighting isn't the best. But yeah, delicious. I started The Night Prince, but when I saw that the next book isn't till May of next year, I'm like, we're gonna wait. I had to read the first like 2 chapters because you got a cliffhanger in the first. Oh no, yeah. After this is a cliffhanger, and then I had to go into Night Prince for the next 2 chapters so I could like breathe. And then I went and looked up the 3rd book because I was devouring, you know. And then I saw that it wasn't until May of next year, and I was pissed. So The Night Prince is on hold. But those were my 5-star reads. Did you read any of these this year or last year? Because some of them are actually older. Are any of these now on your list because I told you they were 5 stars? I would like to know either way. And I hope you are reading a great book right now. And if you are, let me know what it is. I'm kind of slumpish right now. I've got 4 books going, and I paused a bunch. I'm like, not right now, I'm pausing you. But yeah, I'm struggling, and it's not the books, it's me. Because I'm reading Accomplice to the Villain, which I'm reading that the most out of all of them, but I mean reading like I read a chapter or I read a page every day. What's the other one? I'm still trying to finish Beach Reads. That book was totally not what I expected. They barely go to a beach. I'm like, okay. And it's a lot heavier than I was expecting. So there's that. So it's slowly being read by me. What's the other one? I can't remember my other reads. Oh, Assassin's Blade. I don't know why. I'm just having a hard time with fantasies. And I know that Accomplice to the Villain is a fantasy, but it's kind of a cozy fantasy with dark humor. But yeah. And my 4th one was The Raven Scholar, but it's an epic fantasy, and Lord, my brain cannot handle it right now. And it's, how many books is it? It might be a trilogy or might be more, but those are not even close to coming out yet. So I'm like, because it's going to be so hard for me to remember what I'm reading of this book that is super, super thick. So I'm like, nope, pausing you. So yeah, I'm learning my lesson not to start books that aren't finished, like series that are not finished. Anyway, enough of my rambling. I just got off work. I'm starving, so I'm gonna go now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up And if you're not already, please subscribe because it would mean so much to me because I feel unloved at the moment with my channel. So yeah, I'll try to film up here more often so you can see the books. You're not even seeing all the books at the moment, but yeah, it's lovely. Anyway, enough of me chattering. I wish you the most wonderful day or night, and I will see you in my next video.